Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, finally with the video you've all been waiting for. In this video, I'm going to cover every single important number in Magic the Gathering Arena when it comes to card rewards. We're talking everything from the chance of getting a wild card to how long it takes to open the vault and how to check and everything. So first of all, let's talk about the vault, because the vault was a very important part of the early beta, and now that we're in late beta, basically just release, the vault progress is completely hidden. Or is it? Well, I mean it is, it's hidden, but you can view it. Here's what you want to do. Either navigate directly to that file path and replace the your name part with your username, obviously. And if you're going to just go to C and then, click until you get there, basically, you are going to have to turn on visibility of hidden files and folders because app data is a hidden folder. Once you get to that end folder, you get a little something like this, and the highlighted file is what you want to open. It's called output_log. And it can get really large depending upon how much you played that day. But eventually it will open, and in case you don't have the file association, open it with Notepad. Or Word or LibreWriter, doesn't matter. Then the top of the log looks a little something like this, so you want to hit Control F to bring up that find prompt, type the word vault, make sure it's set on down, and then hit find next, and ta-da, you'll get this. Now that number is 8%, so I'm a little bit over half of the way to opening the vault. Now from a programmatical standpoint, it shouldn't be a rounded to 1 decimal point percent that doesn't do anything. What it actually is a number out of 900. So what this is really saying is I have 521 points towards the 900 points that I need to open the vault. Well, anytime you get your 5th copy of a card from any source, you get this many points based on its rarity. So how many boosters would you have to open to get to 900? There is absolutely no direct answer for that. If you open 50 packs of Guilds of Ravnica and then open 1 pack of Dominaria, the Dominaria pack will provide you with absolutely 0 repeats. So it depends what you open, the number of unique cards in the set, whether or not the arena boosters can contain cards from the Planeswalker decks. I'm still not sure on that. But if you owned 4 of every single card in Guilds of Ravnica and then tried to open the vault starting at 0 using only packs from Guilds of Ravnica, it would take you about 51 packs. How to calculate it past that? I mean, it's so high of variance, just don't even bother. Probably in the neighborhood of 100 would be my guess. But the last time I opened the vault, at least, I got 1 mythic wild card, 2 rare wild cards, and 3 uncommons, and that was it. That's not particularly high, and I don't believe they've changed it since then. So, on the whole, I would just ignore the vault, because there's better ways to get wild cards. Let's cover that. Every single time you open a booster, one of the cards in any of the rarity slots can turn into a wild card. So instead of pulling the card you would have pulled, you actually just pull a wild card of the same rarity. And of course, a booster pack on Arena, not in paper by the way, contains 5 commons, 2 uncommons, and 1 either rare or mythic. Now, they've never outright stated what your chances of getting a mythic over a rare are, but in the actual paper boosters, it's 2 to 1. So in other words, mythics are twice as rare as rares. So within that, what are the chances that those individual cards will be upgraded to a wild card? Well, it's these. These are the extremely misleading numbers provided by Wizards themselves. So it's a 1 in 3 shot at a common being upgraded, 1 in 5 of an uncommon, and then 1 in 24 for both mythic and for rare. Now you might be thinking to yourself, 1 in 3 commons and I open 5 commons in every booster. Shouldn't I average more than 1 common wildcard per booster that I open? No, these numbers are per booster. And here's another fun fact, those aren't the odds at all. Let Wizards explain. They wrote, each pack you open that does not redeem a wildcard of a particular rarity will increase the drop rate for wildcards of that rarity for the next pack. Once you acquire a wildcard of that rarity from a pack, the drop rates will reset to the base rate. The expected rate seen on the table that I just put up on screen represents the average number of packs needed to open to acquire 1 wildcard of the respective rarity. So 2 questions. Why did they say the drop rates, plural with an S at the end, will reset to the base rate? If I open a booster and finally open a common wild card, does that reset the rates, as in all 4 of them? That does directly contradict one of the earlier statements they made, so I'm going to go with that was a typo. I think that all 4 rarities are tracked separately, and they all separately progress to pulling 1, and they all reset once you've pulled 1 of that rarity. Now, the other thing that you have to understand about what they just said is this is the average number of packs, grand total all things considered, that you would have to open to get one of these wildcards. That means that if you just got a mythic wildcard and redeemed it, and you're like, cool, now I've got 3 Vraskas, I need 4. Oh cool, my odds are now 1 in 24 of opening another one. Wrong. Cumulatively and as a whole, your odds are 1 in 24. Your actual odds of opening a mythic wildcard in the very next booster are lower. There's something referred to as a base rate, which they are not revealing the math on, and every time that you don't open one, it will improve your odds of getting one slightly. So cumulatively, it would be a 1 in 24 pack average, but during the first couple next ones that you open, it will be a lot lower. And trust me, you don't want to start doing progressive odds and like it's like logarithms and stuff or exponents. Even I don't know how to do that. Just on average, it's going to take you 24 boosters, and it's weighted more towards the end of the 24 boosters as opposed to the first couple. They do not have even odds. That is very important to remember if you're wondering, wow, I really don't ever seem to get like two kind of in a row or within 5 packs of each other. Yeah, that is the case. Also, it's not like I was counting, but I would estimate I've maybe opened since the server reset 50 to 100 boosters tops, and I've been splitting them between the sets too. And I feel like I had to have pulled bare minimum 7 or 8 rare wildcards. That's not 1 in 24. Also, it's 1 in 24 for both rare and mythic according to Wizards of the Coast. But mythics are allegedly twice as unlikely to get pulled in a given booster, so wouldn't one of them be half and one of them be doubled if this is the absolute sheer number that you would have to open to get one? Did they alter the odds to artificially hit more often? I don't know. And then to me, it seems like 1 in 10 packs gets me a rare wild card, so I don't know. But of course, opening boosters is not the only way to get cards. You can also win singles. So here is the table of wins and what you get per day. Everybody knows that after 15, they just stop giving you anything. And of course, losses get you absolutely nothing, except for, of course, the daily missions. So the first 4 wins are all gold. It goes 250, 100, 100, 100. And then for the 5th win, you finally get a just one single free card. And then it just alternates. It goes back to 51, 51, 51, 25, 1, 25, 1. Now, you may have heard with some internal text in the program itself that these singles can be upgraded. There is a chance that they'll be upgraded. So what are those odds? Well, believe it or not, it actually differs based on where you got the single from, or I should say how. So first of all, there's the completely separate world of the tournaments or events. This one's actually really easy. Just hover your cursor over the actual rewards. If you completely bomb out 0 and 3, you'll get 100 gold and 3 cards. And then it says right on the bottom there, cards will be at least 3 uncommons. And then if you look at the 7 wins, in other words, winning the event, you get 1,000 gold and 3 cards. And then it says on the bottom, cards will be at least 2 rares and 1 uncommon. Now you notice it says at least. That's the starting point. So what are the probabilities that, if you go 7 and 0 or whatever, that your rares will be upgraded to a mythic? Well, Wizards doesn't say. They literally just put note, event and daily win individual card rewards have different rates. And then they just tell you to look at the event section. So since that doesn't tell us the actual upgrade chance, it just says at least a rare. We don't really know. But for the daily task individual card rewards, which they call ICRs, first of all, they are all uncommon. I guess I didn't notice that. And then you have a 7 in 100 chance that one of the cards will get upgraded to a rare, and a 1 in 25 shot of it being upgraded to a mythic. So obviously mythic is 4%, and then of course the rare card percentage is 7%. That doesn't sound great, but if you got 15 wins per day, that's a maximum of 6 individual card rewards that you would get, which means that at a 7% shot, it would only take about 2.38 days on average to get a rare. But the problem is it's not a rare wild card, it's just a rare. And then of course a mythic would show up about 1 in every 4 days, a little bit past that actually. So don't be thinking in your head, well, I need booster packs because those contain a whole bunch of cards. I don't want one card. No, you get pretty good cards out of these singles, actually. I mean, quite a few of the cards I was waiting for, I just randomly pulled. And also remember that if you're only opening, for example, Guilds of Ravnica, those individual card rewards are from any standard legal set. So you could get stuff from Dominaria without having to ever open a Dominaria booster. Very important if you want to keep opening the same set over and over and over to maximize your vault progression. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, I'm just saying that's a way to do it. So the last question is, how many free packs can you get in a week without giving Wizards any money? A lot of people have asked that, and unfortunately I'm missing one piece of data to be able to calculate it correctly, and that's the entire table of potential rewards and their prevalence. Because remember, sometimes your daily task gives you 500 coins, sometimes it gives you 750. I think there's even other amounts in there. I haven't been paying much attention. I'm just like, oh, a mission, cool, let's do it. But without knowing if they're even odds or what the numbers are, what the distribution are, or if the 750s are more rare, I can't do a calculation of free coins per day. It's impossible. But what I can do is the predictable ones, and then on top of that, I'll just kind of estimate it. So 15 wins in a day gets you 750 coins. It takes 1,000 coins to open a booster, so you can open 0.75 boosters per day. So in a week, you would earn 5,250 free coins. And that, of course, would, on average, open you 5.25 boosters. Obviously, you can't actually open a quarter booster. And then remember, every week you can simply win 3 boosters for getting 5 wins, 10 wins, and then 15 wins. So add 3 to that number, and you can get 8.25 boosters for free per week. But wait, there's the missions. There's 1 unique per day, and they can stack up to 3 at a time. Let's just pretend that the average is 500. 500 coins is what you can reliably get. Well, that would be per day, so multiply that by 7, you get another 3,500. So that's another 3.5 boosters per week, which would get you to a grand total of 11.75 boosters per week. So let's pretend every single month has 28 days in it. You would open 47 boosters per month. That's pretty good. Now, not everybody has the time to play, we'll just say you have 50-50 odds, 30 matches in a day to get the maximum amount of gold rewards. But if you just front load the missions in the first couple wins and then stop at that, maybe get a couple 50s, it would probably drag you down to no more than 1 free booster per day on average, right around 30 per month. So considering packs are like, depending upon how you buy it, like $1.15 or something like that each, they're giving you almost $40 worth of free in-store credit every month just to exist. And if you just look at the actual store, even dropping like $20 would only progress somebody about 2 weeks past what you would get for playing for free. The only problem is, starting out, your decks are all going to suck, so it's going to be harder to get wins, which means it's going to be harder to get free gold, which means it's going to be harder to get packs, which is what you need to make your deck better. Yeah. But still, think of it as like $40 worth of free in-store credit every month. That and get really, really good at deck building. Well, that and watch for free promotions. Or sort of free, because the couple they've done is like just literally the code Play Ravnica, capital P, capital R, no space, you get 3 free boosters. Straight up, no purchase necessary. In fact, if you haven't put it in, type it in right now. You click on Store, and then you click on Redeem Code at the bottom right. Also, for Guilds of Ravnica, if you bought a Planeswalker deck, there is a code inside of it for the exact same deck online. I punched in one and it gave me both decks. I don't know why. Other people are telling me it didn't do that for them, so you got me. And of course, the pre-release kits, if you went to that event or bought a kit after the fact, they had a token inside with a code on it, which went for about $3.75 on average on eBay too, if you wanted to just pick up just the code. And that got you entry to a pre-release tournament. So in other words, you got to open 6 boosters, keep 100% of the contents, and then try to win more free gems. And as we saw in my live stream, I did really well. I think I went 6-1 and then got blown out right before I got to 7. It was very tragic. But I won 2,000 more gems, which was enough to open, I think, like 9 more packs or something. That was a pretty slick deal. I mean, considering I was going to the pre-release anyway. And if you don't have a store, like I said on eBay, they're just short of $4 for the code. Also, you got some kind of free thing for going to TwitchCon if you went to TwitchCon. So there are probably going to be handouts and codes and all that kind of stuff all over the place for all kinds of events. And I think they're going to expand it pretty heavily in the future. They might even make it so that 1 in 12 paper boosters has a free code in it. They'll never go 1-to-1 like Pokemon. I just don't see that happening. That would devalue Arena so hard it wouldn't even be funny. But if you want to watch for any kind of promotions, giveaways, anything like that, any kind of products with special things in them, just go to the page that I got up on screen right now. The URL is going to be a little bit different if you're in a non-English zone because it is /EN. But if you just type in MTG Arena promotions and make sure that you're on a site that's wizards.com, you should be able to find it. So that has been your guide to all of the different numbers, probabilities, rates, everything you could possibly imagine about MTG Arena. Once again, all of this is super subject to change. I made this video in November 2018, and I'm sure within a year or two, some of these numbers will have changed. Also, they're going to add cosmetic items. Who knows if they'll be gems only or coins too. So a lot of changes are coming to the future, and they've already tweaked the economy before. It actually used to be just every booster you opened across the board was 3.3% progress in the vault. Open 34 of them and the vault opens. Real simple. So if this video helped you, leave a big old thumbs up on it. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.